MGTOW IBMOR Warrior. We back again. And today we're going to talk about WWE women's wrestler Paige, former NXT women's champion, former Divas champion, and her nudes as well as sex tapes, which were dropped this past Friday. Now, first of all, I want to start by saying I'm not mad at Paige. I ain't mad at the bitch because the bitch did what I probably would do if I was a bitch, which is use the pussy to her advantage. And I want to use this situation to talk about how bitches will use the pussy to their advantage. Now, once again, you can't really be mad at bitches for that because you got most bitches around here who just run around, being done with their pussies. So, I can't really be mad at a bitch using her pussy wisely. But as a man, you still got to peep game and see how these bitches are moving so that you can act accordingly and realize that these bitches don't love you because these bitches are incapable of loving you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're capable of loving. Women are completely incapable of loving men in the same way that we're capable of loving them. But anyway, let's get into this shit. So, on Friday evening, some still images began to come out of a camera roll from an iPhone, which involved many explicit images of WWE diva Paige. And just like the original fappening, the anonymous leaker began leaking the material little by little. There was a video of her in the mirror practicing anal with a small dildo. There was a video of her getting fucked doggy style by one Brad Maddox, who is in most of these videos. I don't know if they were in a relationship or what kind of situation they had, but they were clearly in some type of relationship, whether a serious relationship or friends with benefits type of situation, fuck buddies, whatever type of situation, they had a situation, clearly. There's a video of her getting fucked doggy style by Brad Maddox. There's a video of her getting fucked in a dressing room. You can't see the face, but people will mostly assume that's Brad Maddox as well. Even though there's a still image of her being fucked by somebody who looks like Cesaro, but that video never came out. There's a video of her giving a blowjob. There's a still image of her taking some nut to the face. But the two bombshells that came out was the cuckold video where your boy Brad Maddox was filming Paige riding the black rod of the homie Xavier Woods, as well as a video of a penis, presumably Maddox's penis, busting a nut, a fat nut, on her face. Below it was the NXT Women's title, which also got sprayed with nut. Now, Alundra Blaze, also known as Medusa, back in the day, got into a firestorm where she threw the WWF Women's title in the trash can on WCW television. But that pales in comparison to Paige letting a motherfucker nut on the NXT Women's title. Now, I say all this to say this, and I'm going to try to make this a short video. Brad Maddox at the time, if I'm not mistaken, and I don't really have my time periods all the way together here, but if I'm not mistaken, Brad Maddox was, this was around the time that he was the on-air general manager of Raw. And he was a very well-known personality around this time, and Paige was just an NXT wrestler. And this is an example of many examples of bitches fucking their way up the ladder. I remember when Paige first got onto the main roster and won the Divas title on her first night in the main roster. I thought that was weird. I thought that was mad weird, and it all makes sense now. Because bitches will fuck their way up the ladder, okay? So, yeah, Maddox at the time was higher on the totem pole than she was. So, she was fucking his brains out. She was letting the nigga fuck her in the ass. She was fucking the nigga in dressing rooms. She was fulfilling his cuckold fantasies. Man, she was fucking this man's brains out. Okay, and then recently, she's been with Alberto Del Rio, who, you know, is kind of an upgrade because he's a multiple-time world heavyweight champion, and that's what bitches have to do is hypergamy. They have to practice hypergamy. That's part of their nature. You know what I'm saying? You even look at a bitch like AJ Lee. AJ Lee, when she first broke into the business, who was she with? Jay Lethal, who was a very accomplished wrestler in Ring of Honor and TNA. And this is back when TNA was popping. And I believe Jay Lethal even trained her. She got her foot in the door. You know what I'm saying? She parlayed that into getting into WWE, which I don't know who she had to fucking suck to get into WWE, but pretty sure there's a story there. And who did she end up with? At the end of the day, CM Punk, who, you know what I'm saying, was one of the longest reigning WWE champions of all time. You know what I mean? And probably the top guy in the company at the time, outside of John Cena. So bitches will use their pussies. And like I said, I'm not mad at bitches for using their pussies, but as a man, you have to keep your guard up and realize that these bitches don't love you, bruh. These bitches do not love you. You know what I'm saying? You look at Amber Rose. I mean, Amber Rose's whole career is because of the niggas she fucked. And this bitch, niggas be putting extras on her, but this bitch ain't even bad. Like, you know what I mean? She got an okay face. You know what I'm saying? Her titties is nothing to write home about. She got big titties, but I've seen those I've seen her titties bare before, and they look mad ugly. Her titties look mad ugly without anything propping them up. The one thing she has is a fat ass, but there's millions of bitches with fat asses. There's literally nothing special about Amber Rose whatsoever. The bitch has no talent whatsoever, but the bitch is relevant because of the nigga she fucked, and she keeps herself relevant because now she's playing the whole feminist slut walk role. She's playing that whole lane, and that's how she's staying relevant. You know what I mean? She's the one bitch who I can't stand because of that whole shit. But you know, in general, I'm not mad at bitches for using their pussies. I just need niggas to understand the game. Okay, these bitches don't love you. These bitches are out to monkey branch, and you know, they'll use you as a stepping stone to get to the next motherfucker. You feel me? Real talk. So, you know what I mean? Shout out my nigga Brad Maddox. Shout out my nigga Xavier Woods. You know what I'm saying? Shout out all my niggas. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say, man. I didn't want to keep y'all too long. I'll holler at y'all later. I'm out this bitch.